Hello. So it is Tuesday afternoon, and I do have someone here helping, and I've been doing some stuff as well. So we made a trip over to Bricks Rock because they had not been there yet, and we dropped off that large order that he had placed, so that's taken care of. I also did a quick upload of like 9 parts that I'd been kind of sitting here on the table. I opened up that bag, this one right here, that had those dark brown treads in it, got those uploaded. I also went and I took all the drawers from that I'd been accumulating that had onesie twosie and put those away. I actually did make a couple of new drawers just because I thought it would be useful. So over here, these are onesies, but they're only figures, and then these are onesies, just some parts. And then I did make one more twosie drawer, and these are mostly figures, and then this one fat cat animal thing here. So that's what I did there, and then I just got an order that I pulled, which is kind of nice because I didn't have any orders yesterday, and since it's like 4 o'clock now, I was worried that I wouldn't have any orders today. And they got these 2 whip antennas and then all these figures. So yeah, 8 figures and 2 whip antennas. We'll get this stuff out. It'll go out today. That was a nice little order to get. We're probably not going to hit 3 orders per day. We were close before we ran into not having any orders one day. That kind of hurt. But it could still happen. I just don't think it will. But 2 orders should be no problem. I'm at 58 orders right now, and I'd only need 62 to have 2 per day for the entire month. And we got like 8 days left, so that'll be fine. But I'm going to get this stuff packed out so I can get it to the post office before 5. And that's all I have right now. So thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next little clip. Hello. It is Wednesday night, and I just had some help leave. And boy, did we get a lot of stuff done here today. So we're just going to try to look at a whole bunch of stuff that happened. Now, I did get an order late last night, but it was after midnight, so it counts for today because I haven't had one since. But I've already packed that up, and it was just basically this torso. They ordered 10 of it, and so we got that shipped out. So that's what that is. I've been going through some piles of stuff here. These totes over here, this is one of the first things I did. I had a box over here and something, but basically these 2 totes are sealed bags now, as is this tote, although this bag and this zip bag, the bags are in the same set. So I have it labeled like this one it's on that piece of paper, and this one it's this piece of paper here, and this one I actually taped it to the inside of the bag, which may not be the best place right there. And then other stuff through here. Now, as I was going through these, the box that is gone had other stuff in it. It had a lot of base plates and also had some sets that were in boxes. I had these 2 microfighters that were over there and a couple other sets. I'll show the box later. And then I found a lot of this stuff through there and a couple other places. But these were some sealed bags that I pulled because it's just one part. The small treads, the little dots, some pins. Another one of these little accessory packs for the clones. This one only has a couple pieces, and it's a different the tread in black, but it's got those orange rubbery things. A pack of weapons. I got a couple of these that were hanging out somewhere. So basically what I'm trying to do is trying to clean stuff up. This is some sort of a sensor or something that's still new and it's sealed. So that's all here. I've got this Mixel set that's sealed. Burp from Series 6. I've got a sealed set of instructions and stickers, and I checked and I don't think I have this set to part out, so I'm not really sure where it came from, but it was in with the bulk, so it might be something that I got. The other thing I noticed is when I found it, this corner was all crumpled in, and I normally, for me, I would have left it smooth, so I think it came in a bulk lot. This is funny. So I had a zip bag that had this set in it, no minifigures, and there's no instructions. So I went ahead and basically just I broke it down, and we're going to put it in with the regular bulk. But I looked up the package, and nobody has it for sale anywhere. And there's 4 people on Bricklink that have it on their wanted list. So I might list it for sale. Unfortunately, it is got the tear on the side here is most of the way down. But the front of it is still nice. So I might list it. Somebody in the lug gave me this. It's the instructions for the Daily Bugle. They did open it up to get the sticker sheet out, but it was a second set for them. They did not need the instructions, so I got them. So those are still new instructions. I'll probably list those. I found this Mindstorm's motor, I think, or a sensor. Yeah, it's probably another sensor. So I got those to list. And then these were sets that Like this one, there's 3 bags, and one of them was opened, and the 2 and 3 bag were not open. Plus, I had the instructions, so I left that there. We'll list that differently. These were the microfighter sets, and so what I did on these two is I just tore a corner off that had the set number in it. There's no figures, but the parts looked like they were in new enough condition I didn't have to worry about cleaning them. So what I might do is list them in any parts that are, or make brick store files in any parts that are already in my inventory I can put away quickly. This was another set, 70115. I believe it was a Chima set as well. Again, the parts looked like they were in good shape, so I didn't bother. We're gonna try to do it a different way. This was an interesting one. This is the Death Star big globe or planet, although I guess it's planet size. But anyway, unfortunately, it was new and sealed. The box was still sealed, but it was kind of munched, and so I could get my fingers in there. And then when I opened it up, the half of the Death Star has got a bunch of colored marks on it, and I did not try to clean them up, but inside 2 sealed bags and the instruction book, so that can get listed somehow. It's really unfortunate too, because that planet, the Death Star one, they're like worth $8.50, $8.75 a piece, both halves. So yeah, that's unfortunate that that's in that shape. So that's a bunch of what I did, and then this is the set that I had earlier. There's also a helicopter in there. You might be able to see the helicopter, and I'm going to basically take the set to Bricks Rock, take the helicopter, see if they want it, and I actually messaged him there's a Harry Potter poster in there that he could use, so that stuff's going to go to them. Over here, so that my help today did a couple of things, but the big thing is they started going through the 1x brick again. We'd started this like 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, however long ago it was, just before we started on working on that organization that got the parts, and then Bricks Rock getting the parts, and then it became all hands on deck going through parts. We had basically laid out all the colors of the 1x16 bricks. We had sorted them by color. We had done quality control on like the first 3 colors, and then that was it for that night. So I was like, okay, and then we couldn't get back to it. So we went back, started again, so to speak, and he made it all the way down to about halfway through the 1x8s. So all the other ones are listed and in the store, which is great. I do have some longer 1x in white that I'm going to have Ben look at, because the color on those, some of them are pretty bad, some of them might be acceptable. So we'll see how that goes. And we might actually have them look at these too, because it's the same idea. White is just such a difficult color to deal with. But we do have a couple with stickers here that we will look at. And then these are different molds, I believe. These two are the silver ones, the metallic silver. And then I think these 3 all have the different underside to them. So they're at the end to be listed separately. And so that is that stuff. And of course, we still have all these other ones. He did sort them by size. So 1x6 is next. That's these 2. 1x4, which is these 2. 1x3. 1x2 has 2. And then the 1x1 is all in 1. So yeah, we're going to make good progress getting through that. I'm happy about that. He also took to take home with him all of the electronic stuff. All the battery boxes, all the cables and wires and sensors and the EV3 units, the whole thing, and he's going to start working on testing it. We also believe that he may be able to replace wires on the ones that are dry rotted. Now, I may not be able to sell those on Bricklink. I have to research that. But I'm sure there's people in the lug that would love to get a hold of them and use them. So that is fine. So yeah, and I did pull out from a tote those 2 cases. Those are the last 2 cases I have for the grand opening promotion. And I was probably a little too overzealous in this, because basically every so many customers, and I had listed it's on my splash page, would win one of these by just placing the X order, and like one of them was the 10th order and the 100th order and the 500th order and different things like that. And I had a bunch of these to give away, and I only have 2 left. And one of them is for the 2500th order, and one of them is for the 5000th order. Yeah, I'm at like 1100 now total in 2 years. So with luck, I might get to the 2500th one in a year, and the 5000th one maybe in 3 years. So I need to stick these somewhere where I won't lose them. But yeah, we got that going on. And then just general organization. Oh, and I did this. I thought I had put this in video, but apparently I did not. I looked back before I started. I spent some time yesterday, and I restacked these boxes. So this outer pile is not leaning. This one over here is still a little bit, but it's leaning into this one, and it didn't really move the whole time I was moving these, so that was great. Today I also restacked a bunch of instructions into that drawer, which I don't have a unit for, so it's just this plastic drawer. And so that is all that's really happened. And I know I already showed, I think maybe I didn't. I had help yesterday as well. One of the first things we did is we brought down all the totes that were in the office, and we moved the ones that were down here in here. And this is all stuff that has been sorted. So it's all this is sorted not by mold, but this is my categories. Those are all still empty, as is this one here. So this is good. This is good progress. So at some point we can go in here and we can start like grabbing all the bags that have the large plates and that sort of thing, and getting them together and getting them ready to wash and that sort of thing. Because here's the thing: is like I already have a lot of all those parts in all of these from just sorting that's been happening here. So I got to be careful about this. Like, this is all 1x plate. 1x plate probably needs to be washed soon. It's like I've got a couple of bags in here of it, but then there's tons underneath it that isn't bagged. So the bagging stuff is a newer thing, so I'm not expecting them to all be bagged at this point. But yeah, and then I think also while they were here yesterday, they did a lot of cleanup of the sort area. They emptied out a bunch of these, so they were emptied out. There's just a cleaner area in here. This bag here is non-Lego, and I did change that a little bit. The non-Lego is now in that clear tote at the bottom, and then this green tote. And I have a feeling I can dump that bag in here and probably fill up this one here. And then what I'll probably do is take the one at the bottom, which I don't have a lid for, or if I do, maybe I don't know where it is, and dump that into another green tote if I can find one that's empty. I think I might have another green one that's empty, and go from there. But yeah, just all sorts of stuff going on. I'm kind of excited. I just keep pushing to try to do different things and make some headway. But yeah, it's the way it goes. Oh, and another thing I forgot. So my help today came, and he had purchased 4 copies, actually 5, but 4 copies of the newest battle pack, the clone battle pack, because he wanted the figures. And so he built one set because he wanted the little side builds, and he brought the other 4 sets worth here. And that's the first thing I did. I parted it out and I uploaded 4 sets worth of parts for that, and that was really cool. So I got a few parts in the store from that. That was fun. And so yeah, I'm just blabbering now. I'm trying to remember everything that happened, and there was a lot of it. So because they were here for about 8 hours or so, so it's a nice chunk of time. Wednesday is usually a day that gets a lot done, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to do some more stuff as well right now. Probably my plan is to get through this small pile here and get that stuff uploaded, because it's weird things. It's things I wouldn't normally deal with a bunch of at once, or at least not yet. And so yeah, that is what I got going on. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And this is the 100th vlog I'm recording for right now, so I'm kind of excited about that. Not right now, but very shortly in the vlog, so maybe in a couple minutes or something like that, there will be some information on some fun stuff going on. So we will get to that. And as always, thank you. Hello. It is Thursday evening. Ben is here helping out with minifigures again. And these are the 3 orders that I just pulled. This person ordered a couple of brand new torsos and these 5 figures. This person ordered some new 2x3 black tiles, and then these curved wedges and slopes and things. And all this person got is these 3 different torsos, all new. So pretty easy orders. It took me just a tiny shade over 5 minutes to pull them. What else today? Let's see. So I stopped by Bricks Rock. I had to drop some stuff off for him. We had a nice chat about a couple of things, and he had a question on how he could do something, and I think I'm going to be recommending a brick store to him. So he doesn't have a Bricklink store, but I still think it's going to be useful for a number of different things. And I think it's useful for a lot of people for a number of different things. Just it has to be the right things. It's not going to be for everybody, but I think more than just Bricklink people can make good use of it. And let's see, I had to do some grocery shopping today, and I ended up getting front-ended. I pulled up into a line of traffic, and the vehicle in front of me, which happened to be a Cybertruck, just threw themselves into reverse and ended up hitting me. So I did get my horn off, and I think that may have helped a little bit. Maybe they slowed down, but we were both stopped, and so there was very slow speed. It looks like my license plate is bent a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. I do have their information; they have mine, just in case there's a problem. But I don't really think there will be. But yeah, so that was the excitement for today, and I am just going to work on some other stuff. I got to get these things packaged. I am not really sure what I'm going to do yet, though. That's part of my issue. Is that it's just like I feel like there's so many choices that I'm not making the right ones. Although I'm kind of going around and trying to clean up and tidy up and do things like that. So I'm sure that helps in the long run. In any case, Ben and I went through the totes in the electrical room, which is back there with the light off. It's hard to see. And pulled all the bags of minifigures from the totes that were there that have been sorted, so he can work on that stuff some more. We'll show later how much he has in minifigures, but he's got just over 60 to fill from sold containers. So there was like 58 of them. He had a couple over there, and I just sold 3 more that were emptying out their container. So yeah, it's quite a lot. And we'll see how many he actually gets through today. It might not be all of them, and that's okay. As always, thank you, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. Hello again. It is a little bit later on Thursday, and Ben is still here. We'd gotten something to eat. Been back down here doing some stuff, and I realized I forgot to take any video, but I just parted out 30 copies of this Polybag. It was relatively easy. There's 3 of them I'm going to do, and this was probably the easiest one. This next one is probably the next easiest one, and the last one is the least easy because of just the part count. So this is the other one we're going to do. It's this little dog, green one. So yeah, we're going to work on this next. And yeah, we added, geez, it was like 1,400 parts, and I think this one is even more parts, and I think the last one is even more parts because that's why it's going to be more difficult. But yeah, that's what I got at the moment. We got the file ready to go on the screen. I've already kind of figured out where stuff goes and that sort of thing as far as stuff that's already in the store. So I just actually have to physically part it out and then get it over there. So we're going to try to get this one done tonight too. We'll see if we can do it. Thank you. Hello. It is Friday, and I did not take any video after Ben left. I was not down here a whole bunch of time after that. But I did get that first kit put away, as we mentioned. Didn't take any video. This is all the parts from the second one, the second Polybag, 30 copies. And it is ready to go. Lots and lots of tan. But I've got the file already set to go on the thumb drive. I'm going to put that away as soon as I'm done with this video. And I have an order to take care of. It's early enough, it's not a problem. And then over here, we're going to look at Ben's area. He did upload a whole bunch of accessories as well. So there's more new accessories back in the store. Let's see. And back over here, you can see that it's kind of still a mess. But it's a controlled mess to a certain extent. And we will get there. And then over here are all the figures that he just uploaded. So it was like 62 or something like that. So those got to get put away. And I'll take those over there and do that at some point. But yeah, so we're going to just try to keep pushing along, see what more I can do. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on besides these 3 part outs. I do have plans outside the house this evening, so I'll be going to do that, have some fun. And yeah, so we're just going to keep pushing along. I think I may even entertain another part out. We'll see. But I do have to get back to doing some used parts. I am going to be leaving the 1x brick for the person who's here on Wednesdays. I want to make sure that they are fully comfortable with the process of getting stuff into the store. We did have Ben look at the parts. These are good, and then those 3 over there we're rejecting. We did also find 3 plates that were together that nobody caught until Ben saw it. So there you go. It happens. And I think if I'm going to tackle some used, I'm probably going to go back to this cart, because this cart's been sitting here for a while. It's got more slopes on it. It's got more Technic on it. So I think I would like to get the slopes taken care of. And I do have some more room over here in slopes now. Stuff has started to sell, so I can do that. But I think that's probably going to be the next order of business. And then I need to start cracking on the Technic more. And then after that, we already have the modified plates washed. And then, of course, there's all the stuff that's already been sorted by category that just hasn't been sorted into the categories. So, like, they're in bags in those totes that people have been doing at home. So I'm kind of, and some of these are getting pretty full. Like the 1 by plate, that's pretty darn full. 2 by plate, that's pretty darn full. So we're definitely going to need to move full steam ahead into doing some other stuff like that. And what I may do is I may see if Ben wouldn't mind taking over some of doing that too. Because I mean, it's pretty easy. The 1 by plate, the 2 by plate, the 1 by brick, the 2 by brick, all easy categories to do. Shouldn't be any big problems. And 2 by brick is, well, it's not super full, but it's getting there. So yeah, we definitely have some stuff we can do. But that's all I've got at the moment. We'll come back once we put those parts away and pull an order. And we'll see if maybe another order comes in at that point. As always, thank you very much. All right, I'm back again on Friday. I have not pulled the order yet, but I have opened up the 30 poly bags of this, the McLaren set, the Solus GT. These are all the main parts. There is actually a sub bag, a sticker sheet, and then the instructions. So those are all separate. And this is still a lot. This is probably a little fuller than the last one was, but it has more pieces, so that kind of makes some sense. And a lot of them they're probably much smaller pieces. I think probably this is one of the largest pieces in there. I see there's this one here. That's a 2, 4. That's a 1 by 6. And look at that, a 1 by 5. So we'll have to be careful of that. Well, not that I tell those two apart. Confuse those two because they're different colors. But in any case, so yeah, and look at this. That's a different piece. I don't know that I remember seeing this one before. That's kind of neat. So yeah, but I'm going to start working on this, and we'll keep going until I have to get ready to go to the post office with that package. It's not going to take me long to pull, so I'm not too worried about it yet. I got plenty of time. As always, thank you. Hello. It's a bit later in the day, and I have done a bunch of the sorting. I have not quite finished the main bag, and then I got the small bag, and then the sticker sheets, which will be easy to deal with. I'm still missing one of these, and it's funny because I pulled one of them to look up the part, and I have a feeling that's the one that's missing, so I'm not sure where I put it. So we'll have to track that down, and maybe I am actually missing a piece, but I kind of doubt it. I think it was just, I put it somewhere because I looked it up because I was curious about the part, and I don't know where I put it down, so we'll find that. And then I had the order, and right here is the order. It's a lot of orange. Matter of fact, there's 5,100 1x1 round tile orange pieces. And because of the way I have them numbered, I had to count out 25 loose ones. And that's it. They bought all but like 60 or so, but I just put the drawer away. There was one more bag of 74 and probably another 25 to 50 loose ones. So I got a few left too. So we will adjust that inventory later today, but I'm going to get this packaged up and ready to go. And I'm going to go to the post office, get the 3 that I did last night, and then I'm going to go off and do some stuff for fun tonight. So we will come back with some more updates probably later tonight. I will probably come back and try to finish up some of this over here. And as always, thank you. Hello. It is Saturday, early afternoon, and I'm down here and starting to work on stuff. And I'd done a bunch more of this sort, and I think I'd shown this, but I basically had been missing one of this piece. That's what this clothespin is for. When I'm going through a big pile like this, I have a pile of clothespins, and if I get to the point where I'm just searching for a particular piece too much, and I've got like 1 to 5 of it left to find, I'll put these clothespins on there, and then as I move to another piece, if I find it, I'll dump it in there and take a clothespin off. But I got to this point, and this piece, which I did find, was not in there, obviously. You could almost tell just by glancing. And so the next thing I did was to check the poly bags that they came out of, which is over here. Now you'll notice they're all up on their end. I had put them down like this because, well, I had to go through them all. And I did 30 of them, and I found 3 pieces that were missing. So that's 10%. That's a fairly high percentage. And when I had opened them, you know, I cut them along the bottom, and then I did like 10 at a time and put them here, and then I dumped them over here, and then I did 10 more until I had all 30 in there. And I'd actually smooshed each of the poly bags against me, at least with one hand, if not 2, and these still slip through. So it is important to be careful, especially when you're doing these poly bag sets, because like these bags from Lego, very easy to just look through. But with the poly bag sets, with all the printing and whatnot on them, as you can see, you could easily miss something in there. This printing here at the top goes pretty much all the way up to where a piece would be. And at the bottom, I did cut it, but I did not cut much off. and I basically tried to cut it just beyond the point. So there's very little space where you can actually see. Now there is a panel along the back where you can kind of see, but if the piece is right or left of that, you're not going to see it. And of course you'd have to look at the back of it to do that. So if you're parting out a polybag set, that's something to definitely be careful of, and not like, because I'll recycle those, but don't do that process until you've gotten through your part out, because you might have pieces that are stuck in there. And I know when I was dumping them, there was several times like, oh, there's a piece, because when I'd smoosh it against myself, I could feel one, and I'd pull it out. So I mean, if I hadn't done that, there probably would have been twice of it. There's probably 6 or 7 total that would have been in that situation. So yeah, it's definitely something to be careful of. So there's a little public service announcement, so to speak. And yeah, we're going to get to finishing this up, and then we'll get it uploaded today, and that'll be the 3 polybags. And I'm pretty excited about that. Getting some sorting done and uploading and getting pieces back into the store. I mean, they're kind of small, but I mean, this one is like 3,300 pieces total. So in any case, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. Hello. So I've got all the parts laid out on the trays by color. There is a lot of black. Almost this entire tray is black. There's those 2 over there that are not. I could replace them with 2 that are in this tray, but that's all right because I just got extra space over here. And then this tray is other colors that aren't black. But yeah, there's a lot of parts already ready to go there. And so the next thing I was doing is opening up the little packages that have the sticker sheets in them. And as you can see, I'm saving them. I can reuse these for capes, perhaps, or maybe small sticker sheets as well. But I ran into something interesting. So I opened this one up, and there was a part underneath it. Now this is a part that I was actually missing. I double counted that part. I wasn't really thinking, but yeah, that hole is big enough that it actually made it through the hole into the box. So that's another thing that can happen you have to be careful of, is that, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put all these boxes in a container. They'd take up a lot of room too. You know, that's probably 20 sticker sheets already, and that's like 8 boxes. That takes up a lot of room. But now this is the piece I was missing, so I need to adjust my inventory because I had decremented it by 1. There was supposed to be 180. I put 179. I need to go back to my file and change that back over to 180 again because we found it and it's still new, so we're good with that. It was funny too because I was looking all around. I even checked the floor to make sure it didn't bounce onto the floor. Wasn't down there. So anyway, we found it, and we're just going to continue opening these up, and then we got to get to putting stuff away. I'm also considering doing something a little different with massive quantities of sticker sheets like this. I may put them in a small Ziploc and then put them in a spot right next to the binder, because last time I put a bunch of sticker sheets away, and granted it was a bunch of onesies, but I was running low on room for new sticker sheets, and there are a few cases where I had so many of a sticker sheet that I actually put it in 2 pockets next to each other because I didn't want to make it too thick. So I may switch off, and really large quantities will go in like a Ziploc, and maybe I'll put the set number on the Ziploc and numericize it by set number. That might be a way to do it, because I'm pretty sure the listings are always sticker sheet for set and then the set number. So if somebody buys one and it's coded to the spot where I've got the Ziplocs, I just have to grab the set number, which is right there in the item name, and flip through to find the right set number. So that might be something I'll do. But onesies are still going to be put in the binder, although I may also consider revamping the binder at some point and coming up with some better order. Maybe the binder will have its location number and then like another dot, and it'll be like 1 through whatever, and those are page numbers. So that's something I've considered doing as well. But in any case, I am done blabbering at this point. I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to get to putting parts away. Thank you. Hello. It's later in the afternoon on Saturday. I'm going to be gaming in an hour or two. And I finished putting away the parts for that part out. So I did 3 polybags, 30 apiece, in the last couple of days. Now I'm going to start going back into some used parts. We're going to do some slopes because we ran out of space for slopes before, so I paused it. This is the part that I chose to start with because they're on this card over here. And then after we do that, we're going to do this one, which is basically the double-sized version. And then we're going to go to these and those, which are basically, we'll probably start with this one actually, because it's the single wide. They don't make that in this size, or at least I'm not aware they do. They probably do, but I mean I don't have any here. And then we'll go to the 2s and the 4s. So it's basically a 6 by one 6x2, 6x4. That's where we're going to do that. And then we'll just continue going to other slopes as we go. We got plenty of them here. I also have some Technic up top here, but I'm going to hold off on that. I'd like to do more technical at once, so I'm going to, and these slopes have been here longer, in all honesty, so that is what we're going to work on next. More down there. So yeah, and I don't know how much I'll get done while I'm gaming. Sometimes I can do stuff pretty easily, like when I was sorting the parts for the organization and for Bricks Rock, I could do that while I was gaming. I cut dividers while gaming. This a little bit more brain power for this, and it's also going to be the first session of a new game, so I don't want to get involved with that. So I am going to start working on this, and I'll probably get something to eat, and we'll be gaming in a couple hours. So I will probably have some sort of an update tomorrow, later tonight, after gaming, because I'll probably come back and work on this some more as well. But if not, tomorrow on Sunday, we'll definitely have some more information then. As always, thank you. Hello. So it is Sunday, and I had plans outside the house yet again, lunch with some people. So I got back from that. Last night, while I was gaming, I did manage to do a bunch of sorting. These were the parts that I started with right here. And so you can see there's, let's see, 4, 7, 9, 10, 12 different colors. And not too bad for that. And then I continued on doing other parts, like this one here. And then I did this part here, and then this one, and then these big ones. All they are is color sorted, though. I have to go back through and do a quality control and make a file and that sort of thing, but it was something really simple I could do. It was the first session of a game, and so I wanted to pay more attention, but anyway, I had some fun doing this, and had fun doing that. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back, and I'm going to start creating a file, and I'm going to make the, do quality control, and count them up, and get them ready to upload. And we'll probably get the upload done today as well. And I'm not sure I've mentioned this before. I'm pretty sure I did, but this is, of course, you are watching the 100th vlog, which I'm a little surprised I made it this far. It's kind of interesting. I've been doing this for a while. I had, before this, if you've been around long enough, or if you go back and look far enough, I did lots and lots of haul videos. And that's back before I had the store really fully running, because that's what I was able to do. And I wasn't able to do all these vlogs where I was like, you know, working on the store and adding things, because I was not open yet. I had problems with water in the basement and that sort of thing. But yeah, and so we're going to do some fun stuff with this 100th vlog. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is some sort of a contest. And I'm going to sit down later today and hash it out in my head and figure it out. And probably sometime later today or tomorrow, I will record a video that will probably be in the vlog. And I might do it separately as well. We'll see. And we'll do some sort of a contest. I don't think it's going to be a real big contest, but we'll do something fun. And yeah, and then we'll probably make some announcements as well that will be right at the end of October, that you'll see the newest vlog. Today is the, what is it, 26th, I think? I don't know, losing track of the day. So Tuesday is almost, because Thursday is 31st. That means the 29th is Tuesday. So the 29th is when the vlog goes out. And so, yeah, I have considered pushing the vlog to Thursday to make it the 31st, the last day of October, but I think I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick to the normal schedule. But yeah, that is what I got going on. And if you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. And we're going to get to work now. Thank you. Hello. So it is Monday, and I had 2 orders to pick, and I've picked those. And last night I spent a bunch of time, and we went through all those slopes, and we've now divided them down, done a quality control. I've got a number of them over here in this container that didn't pass quality control, and then I did find one non-Lego piece, so there you go. And it was interesting because for this style, there is 2 different types, and actually one of the other types has it too. But so if you look inside the circles, these round round studs that are open, on this one there should be a little ridge in there, and I have no idea if you're able to see that. And then this one does not have that ridge, and you may or may not be able to see that. So there was that variant there. And then in some of the other ones, the larger ones, there's variants with holes in them. And you can see that right here. This is a reject part, but it's got the holes in it. And then some of them don't have those holes. So that's very easily determined difference. So we went from about 4 trays to being 5, although the last one is not very full. But I think the 4 trays were also not very full. So we did pack it in a little bit more. And I just didn't put one here because it was the end of that category. And so I just basically started the next one here. I'm not sure. Oh, no, I wanted to keep those 2 tans next to each other. Because they are the same part, but they've got those hole differences. But yeah, so that is what's going on. I've got these 2 orders. Now, this order here, they ordered 4 different instruction books. And actually, this one here has 3 books for it. These 2 are new, and these 2 are used. I'm basically using this used one to cover up the QR code on this one. And then this one being covered up by this one. You can kind of see the sets there in any case to see what they got. This one was like $15. It's a rare 2-pack where you get a space and a castle set. So that was kind of nice. And then they got some figures and just these random parts. One of each of all of those. It's kind of odd. Down here, it's just parts. I will say it's kind of interesting. I only had 1 new blaster of this long style. So they bought that. And then they bought the same one in used. I had like 40 of them. So unless I'd have to check. Maybe the new price is lower than the used. I don't know. That sort of thing does happen sometimes. But the most interesting part was this one. It's the trans neon orange 1x1 round brick, but it's the one that has the Death Star printed on it there. Let's see if you can see that. I did find this in bulk once. And it was, I'm glad I went through them carefully to check for that, because this was worth like $5, whereas the normal one is probably like, 8 cents or something like that. Interestingly enough, this person got 2 of these like vehicle type parts. I mean, this one is clearly designed to be a vehicle part. I'm sure people can use it for other things. This one I also refer to as a vehicle part, although it could be, used in a whole bunch of other things. And then this person up here got a very similar piece here in bright green, and then this wing thing, which is kind of vehicle part. They've also got this cat, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so we're going to get these 2 packed up and ready to go out. And that is about all I've got for today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you. Hello. It is later on Monday, and the steering committee meeting was today, so I went and did that. And when I got back, I checked the mail, and I have my next very important builder box from Brick Loot. So we're going to end up opening that up. It looks like they added a piece of tape on this side where it wasn't needed. They probably were just having a whole pile of them, and oh no, it goes all the way over. So the bottom, this side over here, that's where the address is. So I'm not going to show that, but I'm going to get a knife and open it up, and we'll take a look at what's inside that. I still have this box of parts here as well, and I probably should pause this video or just stop it and come back, because I should probably move that. I'm going to need that space to open this up. But yeah, we're going to open that up. And I just also posted on the community tab for the channel that basically this video is not going out until Wednesday. I've got too much going on, and I got to get a couple of more ducks in a row before I can get everything situated. So we're going to do that on Wednesday. So it'll go out Wednesday at 3 p.m. So 1 day late. But there's some precedence for that. I've done that a number of times, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, let me stop this. We'll make some room, then we're going to open up this Brick Loot box. Thank you. All right, so we just shuffled stuff over to the cart. That's where it's going to be when I put it away. I have discovered a problem. These 2 parts are the same part, but one has the ridges in the tube and one does not. It's the exact same part number, it's just a variant. I'm trying to separate them, and I have both of these in my inventory already. However, there's not a clean way that I'm aware of to pull that information in from Brickstore, from the existing store file into the new file. So I think what I may have to do is go through each part that has that, look it up in the inventory and see if it has a listing already, and then manually put down where it is in the file. Kind of cumbersome. I'm not really sure. I have a question out to somebody who is probably much more knowledgeable than I am, and well, hopefully they have some sort of a simple solution, but it's not coming to me if there is one. But right now, this is the task at hand. We're going to open up the Brick Loot box. And so I'm going to put this down here. Hopefully be able to see. Yeah, it's pretty easy. I will probably pick it up again. And as you can see, it is not open. I have not pre-opened it. There we go. So we've just cut that. And I'm going to open it up. All right. There we go. Now, I'm gonna duck over and see what the camera is seeing so I can kind of prepare for it. It's not bad. So it looks like you're seeing things in this area, which is pretty much where I want you to see things. Okay, so we've got this paper in here, and so the first thing is this card. It's another person, this Kelly Bartlett. So she's going to be a Lego related person. I just wish that they on the back would give us some information about this person. I mean, they've signed it, that's great, but I don't know who they are. I'd have to look it up, and I probably will at some point. But yeah, so there's that. And it just says Brick Loot trading cards on the back. I really would like to have had information about them on the back. All right, so what do we got here? It looks like a piece of artwork. Today, 342 on Bigfoot says hi. Oh, okay, that's kind of cute. It's an exclusive Brick Loot art print. That's kind of neat. All right. Put that aside. All right, so this is the sequential castle. This is the second part. I now figured out how this works. What they mean by sequential is you get different parts of the castle in subsequent boxes. So this is just part of the finished castle. So this is the second one I have of this now. Put that over here. What is this? This is like the next build. Oh, this is a big one. The Naturalist. Oh, that's kind of cool. Designed exclusively for Brick Loot by Kelly Bartlett. Well, there you go. That's the card I got. That is the person who designed this. And that's kind of neat. I like it. All right. What else do we have down here? We got this. Seed Barts. Basically, there's some butterflies. So there you go. We got that. What else do we have in here? All right. This is looks like a minifigure. I mean, that could be me. I'm a little shorter than I am, I would say, because it's got the short legs, but there you go. I think it's probably supposed to be a dwarf. It's not telling me one or the other, but that's kind of cool. And then it looks like we have another Brick Loot light kit thing. So there we go. It looks like, oh, so it's attached to a camera. So it's basically make the camera flash, probably. And those wires are really, really thin. That's kind of neat. All right, so I think that's all that's in here. I do not see anything else. So that is all that we got in here. I really like the this one here, the Naturalist. I think this is a cool one. Let me make sure you're seeing it well. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, and that's 228 pieces. That's a fairly high number of pieces. It looks like they've just got it in one big Ziploc, but that's kind of common. But yeah, that's kind of a neat thing. So we're going to pack this box back up for the time being, and as always, thank you. Like I said, we're going to have some stuff going on for the vlog that I still haven't recorded yet. I haven't made my final decisions on how it's all going to work, but we're going to get that taken care of tonight and tomorrow, so the vlog can go up on Wednesday. So, thank you very much. Hello. So we are done with the upload. We got everything put away, locations added, prices added, and the parts that have been uploaded. So yeah, I'm going to move on to probably some more slopes because, well, I got to get rid of them. Though I am running low on space and slopes again. It is a problem. I may have to delay some more slopes. We'll see. I've got more room in the slopes smooth without studs. With studs is pretty much full, and some of it did come over here as well. So I can probably go through here and pull out, like these up top here don't have studs. I think most of the rest of them probably do. There's just a lot of slopes. So yeah, we will figure something out. I'm not sure what we're doing, but we will see. I could also segue into Technic. I've got a bunch of Technic. These are slopes. These need to go down here now. So I could do some Technic as well. I should have help coming by on Wednesday. I might actually have 2 people here on Wednesday. One of them is the one who's been working on this, and we'll continue working on that. And yeah, that's about what I got going on. I mean, I see there's more slopes back here. So there's just a plethora of slopes. I probably really poorly planned for the space for slopes. Even though it's got 2 columns, it probably needs 3 or 4. Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that I can... This column here is hardly used at all because that's plants, because I haven't done any plants yet. So I could use that. It's further away from where it is. Just the way of it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, it's a separate problem once I expand. Once I have another floater unit at some point in the future down through here, you know, this side here would be new, and then this side here would be used again. And so then I'd have all this used, and then another side of 8 more columns. So I'd have to decide how I was going to deal with that. I'm not 100% sure how I would. There's some areas that I might like to expand. And maybe it's just, maybe the experiment has run its course and I just start putting parts wherever. But whoops, I do like having them separate. So I think I'm going to try to continue doing that. And since they're all numbered the same, I may go ahead and I could just pull out, drawers and dump them into new drawers and just basically change the numbering on, like, let's say all the BLs and all the BNs move over here to whatever the 2 letter codes would be over here. Just wholesale change them and then move the parts. It should be pretty easy. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it should be pretty easy. But in any case, enough rambling from me. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and there's going to be a whole heck of a lot of video content for stuff going on for the 100th vlog. I am basically pushing it all to the end of the video, and that's what we got going on tomorrow. So I've got all sorts of things up my sleeve, so to speak, and we'll see how much of that actually sees the light of day. But yeah, it should be fun. So come on back, or keep watching, I guess. I say come on back, you're already here. And we'll get to that next. Thank you. Hello. It is Tuesday night, and it has been an eventful day for me. All sorts of stuff going on, good and bad, and we're going to go with some of the good here. I got 2 orders, and they're both pretty big as far as value. This one, they ordered this one chest piece. I think it said it was a hockey thing, so I think it's from a CMF. And then all these figures. That was pretty easy. This one caused a little bit of trouble to me, the Jar Jar Binks. It's actually Star Wars figure number 17. 0017. I'm supposed to have 2 of them in inventory. This one sold and then one more. However, the spot that they were in over here is this Enderman. So yeah, not the right figure, and so I'm not really sure how that happened. I went over to the drawers that Ben has set up, and I found the drawer with the Gungans, and it looked like there was 2 in there. So I'm wondering if they were attempted to be uploaded at one point, didn't make it. They may be lost in there somewhere too, and that's probably one of the reasons we're going to do an audit at some point. Maybe we'll do a box a week or something like that. That wouldn't be too bad. But I did find them, so we got those taken care of. And then the other one I actually gave a new bag and moved in my inventory away from that Enderman, and so now it's got its own spot. And this order down here, they ordered some minifigure stuff mainly. The magnifying glasses, these mugs or chalices or bottles, whatever they are. A hairpiece. These 2, I believe, are hidden side creatures, and then a bunch of these question mark things. And that's going to go out very shortly as well. Trying to think what else. So, yeah, as far as the 100th vlog, I need to splice everything together, because this is going to be part of it. And here's my laptop over here. And as of this morning, the laptop started giving me fits. There's basically a near constant disk drive access sound, so a couple of people have said that it sounds like perhaps the hard drive is going, so at some point I'm going to have to deal with that. But my plan is still to upload the video. I splice it all together on my phone, upload it on my phone, and then on the laptop is where I do the, adding the title and putting in a couple of things like that. It doesn't take long on the laptop, so my plan is still to try to use the laptop for that. I can still run the Bricklink store from these laptops, not a problem at all. Not my preferred way to do it, because I'm much more comfortable with the keyboard on this one than these other ones, but we can make it happen. Some other things going on. So, yeah, the first thing I'm going to mention is this is something that's kind of been in the works for a little while. And going forward, starting on the 1st, November 1st, because it's the 2-year anniversary, I'm going to be including these tiles in with orders. Now, it's not going to be with every order. I think I have to decide exactly what price point, but I'm thinking probably about $50 or more, maybe $40. I'm just not 100% sure yet. And basically that QR code, which you can probably try to get to right now, that will take you to DOTUbricks.com. And at DOTUbricks.com, you will also see it has links for the YouTube channel and the Bricklink store and the Discord channel. So I'm launching the Discord channel. It's actually been in use for like a year and a half. I use it mainly for the people that come and help, just to kind of coordinate, let them know any changes in the sorting patterns and that sort of thing. And there's a couple other uses for it, but it's basically going to have those areas blocked off. And so, yeah, it'll be kind of fun to see what's going on there. I also plan on starting the YouTube memberships soon. That's going to be a very simplistic system, and so there'll be more information on that. And as far as the contest goes, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a separate video for the actual contest. But the contest is going to be basically, just say, hey, I'm entering, type the thing I've done before. Anybody can enter with some caveats. It's basically going to be $100 store credit in my store, which I would prefer if they were domestic because I don't have to change anything strange in the store. I could probably roll with it otherwise. We'll see how it goes. The other one would be if you're local to the Rochester area or within driving distance and don't mind coming, I would issue a $100 gift card to Bricks Rock. I've talked to them. They have no problem with that at all. And then the other one is, so the person that I'm getting the tiles from, he has just launching a website where you can order tiles, and I would do basically $100 credit there as well. And probably what I would do is you would get the stuff and then I would ship it to you. In that case, I would probably ship internationally, no problem. It's just that with a parts order of $100, that could be a lot, and it could be very cost prohibitive. Whereas these tiles are going to get to be pricey, and they're kind of small and flat and that kind of thing. So it wouldn't be that bad to ship $100 worth of those as well. So that's the plan for that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. No, I think that's pretty much it at this point. So we're probably going to have another video before I actually end this vlog. I'm going to try to get a couple of things done, and so I can add that in. But I need to get these 2 orders packed so they can go out tomorrow. Lots of stuff going on. I need to do a bunch of juggling to take care of a financial snafu that happened that was beyond my control and not my fault. So yeah, I've had a very busy day, and I'm just getting down here to start getting stuff done. But it is okay. We will get there, and I'm going to have fun with it. I'm not going to let these problems that I've run into with the laptop dying, perhaps, and the financial thing. I'm not going to let that hinder my happiness and my joy for the fact that I made it 2 years. Or within a couple of days, 2 years right now. And things are going pretty well. So we're just going to continue plowing forward with that. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And yeah, we will get going with all that. And we'll see you in the next little clip here in a little bit. Thank you. All right, here I am. I'm at my laptop. It's actually not making the noise right now. But this is my videos. And I basically load this up because I'm going to need to do some editing there later. And I also need to double check when I uploaded the last one so I can go back and grab all the correct files for the new one, which is the one I'm working on right now. So, this is the last video. I've got my newly printed tiles in here, and I actually decided to heck with it, and I sent each of the 2 orders that I just took care of, which are in here, one of the tiles, because both of those orders were over $100. I have not finally decided what the price point is going to be, but certainly over $100 is going to make it. And I just have to make sure I have enough of the tiles so they don't run out. But that's not a big problem. That pick-a-brick box that I bought was completely full of them, and I don't know if I showed that or not. I've since opened the box, and these 2 Lego-style containers are full of them. They're loose, they're not neatly stacked, but those are going to go to the person who's printing them for me. But yeah, that is what I've got going on. I can't think of anything else particularly interesting that is going on yet. We're just going to cut it here, get the video uploaded, and then see what I got going on later today and tomorrow. We might even film some additional video content tonight, although probably not. I'll probably wait until tomorrow. So, thank you very much for everybody who subscribed and followed along. If you haven't, that's fine. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, please do. That's my semi-possible asking for subscriptions, but I don't generally do that. I just let it go as it will. But it's been 2 years I've had the Bricklink store open fully. I think the vlog is probably, or the channel's probably been up for 3, maybe 4 years. Probably even longer than that. I'd have to go back and check, because I think I did it before I moved into the house. So yeah, I think the channel has been just over 4 years at this point. So yeah, it's getting up there in age. So I'm happy with how things are going. Thank you very much. And we're just going to cut here before I keep going forever. So thank you.